going back into our book, we're going to talk about emotions, food in the modern world. So the dictionary definition for respect includes words like honor, regard, admiration, reverence, esteem, politeness, courtesy, civility, difference, and dignity. Sadly, we rarely hear people describe their bodies in this manner. We live in a culture of body bashing and body shame thanks to the proliferation of crash diet programs, social media, and abusive television shows, bullying people under the guise of health. It's all too common for the chronic dieter to have disdain for their current body, but it's important to remember that this body is your home for the rest of your life. It can move you from place to place, can comfort a loved one with a hug, and give you pleasure. Often, it can birth a child and can carry and care for it. Respecting your body means treating it with dignity and kindness, as well as meeting its basic needs. Each of us is born with a genetic blueprint that determines our potential height, weight, and health, as well as a myriad of other details from foot length to eye color. When you are attuned to your hunger and fullness signals and maintain regular movement and activity, you'll be able to maintain and preserve the greater potential of your body. We know, however, that environmental factors can influence our ability to reach this potential or can actually destroy it. Starvation in early childhood can permanently affect bone and tooth growth. Malnutrition can damage all organs and increase the risk of infection, communicable disease, and even death. The power of culture can also wreak havoc on logic. In our modern world, we live with culturally thin ideal, whether that comes from the media, the fashion and beauty industry, or family pressure. We see the relentless drive to lose weight, to change how the body looks, and to create an image that is impossible to attain or maintain. Combine these cultural issues with the perpetuated health implications of obesity, and you get a perfect storm for body dissatisfaction. The first step in respecting your body is to accept that your body is destined to maintain its genetic blueprint. The majority of dieters, however, attempt one diet after another throughout life, risking a slow metabolism and risking a slow metabolism and increased fat to muscle ratio and weight that doesn't resemble which was originally programmed for their body. Surrender to the body you were meant to have. Treat it with love, respect, self-care, healthy living, and joy. The freedom you will achieve as a result will allow you to place your focus on life goals that are truly achievable and maintainable. For those who have shown little respect for their bodies for many years, the idea of showing gratitude for a body that they deem to be inferior may sound ludicrous. Yet, if gratitude can be approached with an open mind, most people can find something about their body that they appreciate. The ability to walk, the ability to engage in sports or leisure activities, the gift of receiving pleasure, whether from massage, sex, or scratching an itch, the ability to carry and deliver a healthy baby, and the ability to pick up and play with that baby or toddler or children or whatever. One of the most immediate ways to show respect to your body is to stop weighing yourself. That's going to be a big one. Get rid of your scales, people. Stepping on the scale has a power to ruin your day. If it does, or potentially give you a temporary high because it's at the weight that you want it to be, it's quickly deflated. The scale is a meaningless measure of what's truly important. Eating foods that are satisfying, honoring your hunger, and consistently stopping when you're comfortably full. The number that appears on the scale may bring you back to the worship of thinness and the delusion that you can actually permanently change your size. With all the fantasies of life that will magically arrive with a lowered weight, it won't. It completely disconnects you from the important and real and meaningful aspects of your life. I will tell you, as a person who was bigger and as a person who is now in a thinner body, the only difference is that doctors don't tell me that it's because I am overweight anymore. Now doctors tell me it's because I'm too young. So really, it just changes nothing. I promise you, being thin will not make you happy at all. It's not. You're still going to have the unhappiness in a thinner body. Same thing. Many people experience both exhilaration and dread when they contemplate and ultimately follow through with the task of throwing out the scale. This proactive act asserts your commitment to taking your focus off weight and putting it on attunement to the signals of your inner body wisdom. It may feel scary at first, but will ultimately feel liberating. Another assertive action you can take is to decline to be weighed at your doctor's office. Unfortunately, many people avoid doctor's visits even when sick because of their anxiety about being weighed. They fear their doctor's judgment as well as their own. You have a right to speak up and refuse to get on the scale. There are very few circumstances in which your actual weight can make a difference in a health assessment. Those might include pregnancy, the calculation for certain medications, and congestive heart failure. In those instances, it is helpful to speak with your doctor about your feelings in order to elicit support. Under those circumstances, you can request not to be shown the number on the scale. So that's a really big one, is you can tell them, no, I don't want to be weighed. And if they say, oh, well, we do need to weigh you, then say, okay, I don't want to cover up the number. I don't want to see it. I don't want you to tell me. I don't want any mention of it. You need to have that respect for yourself so that others can respect that about you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below.